Chosen one, stop for a moment and feel that sudden hush settling around you. It's not coincidence, it's a signal, a divine pause in the matrix of your life, telling you that everything is about to shift. You've carried burdens in silence, bled alone, and wondered if anyone truly sees your struggle. But now, right here, right now, your spirit is recognizing something you haven't fully realized. The Royal Guard has been assigned to you, an invisible force aligning around your mind, heart, and soul, calibrating you for a new level of importance that will make everything you've endured worth it. And neuroscience confirms that even unseen signals of safety trigger oxytocin, reducing stress and priming your brain for heightened perception and intuition, meaning your body already knows you are no longer prey but priority, that the weight you thought only you carried has been noticed and sanctioned in the unseen yet palpable spiritual realm. And while your conscious mind races with doubt, fear, and the endless what-ifs, your subconscious is already attuned to a protective frequency that you have yet to fully access. A frequency that will make you invisible to attacks you haven't even sensed, shielded from traps set by both human and spiritual forces. And here is the secret that will keep you reading, leaning forward, heart racing. This stillness, this quiet, is the first whisper of the next 40 days of your life, a period where every step, every choice, every prayer will be amplified, measured, and protected by forces that exist beyond logic. And if you listen closely, you can already feel the subtle nudge in your chest, the heat rising that isn't panic, but a recognition, a call from your own spirit saying, "Get ready, chosen one, because what you're about to step into will change everything." And the first key is to notice the silence, to feel it, and to understand that this hush is not empty. It is your signal, your invitation, your first taste of the unseen security that has been waiting for you all along. Chosen one, the loneliness you've been feeling is not a mistake, a curse, or a reflection of your worth. It is a divine security protocol carefully designed to prepare you for what is coming. Because heaven knows that the closer you get to your destiny, the more your environment must be cleared of distractions, sabotage, and false allies. And though it feels isolating, even alienating, science now confirms that temporary social withdrawal can heighten focus, strengthen neural pathways, and unlock latent creativity, which is exactly what your spirit needs. And if you've noticed friends fading, colleagues disappearing, or people leaving your life suddenly, understand this: they are not abandoning you. They are being removed by your Royal Guard, so that the space around you becomes a protected zone, silent, clean, and ready to receive the power and alignment that are coming. Joseph in prison, Moses in the wilderness, and even modern leaders under intense pressure all underwent periods of strategic invisibility. And your isolation mirrors this pattern, a preparatory crucible where your soul is being trained to operate on a higher frequency, where the noise of the world cannot penetrate, and yet you feel the gap, the glass wall between you and the people you love, the frustration of speaking a language they cannot understand, the ache of being present but unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. And this is precisely the test. Can you endure the silence without surrendering to doubt, fear, or resentment? Because every moment you sit at that invisible table, unseen, your spirit is learning to hold its own, your inner compass is being calibrated to divine timing, and your faith is being armored for the breakthrough ahead. While every attempt from low-level spirits, toxic relationships, or subconscious fears to pull you back into noise, drama, or compromise is automatically deflected. And the hidden shield around you grows stronger with each step you take in solitude, each tear shed in secret, and every prayer offered in the quiet, preparing you to receive what the world cannot yet give, to walk where others cannot follow, to rise unseen until the exact moment when your Royal Guard will step aside and your enemies, both seen and unseen, will realize too late that your isolation was never emptiness. It was preparation, protection, and power. A sacred vacuum where your future is being assembled in the silence around you. And if you can feel it, chosen one, lean into this hidden shield, because the very loneliness you've cursed will become the strongest armor you've ever worn.
Chosen one, listen carefully, because right now your life is screaming a signal that your eyes may not see, but your soul already knows. Your frequency is broadcasting, and the reason you feel exposed, watched, and drained is not because you're weak. It's because your brain and spirit are vibrating at beta frequency, the high alert state of stress, fear, and overthinking. And in this state, every anxious thought, every worry, every rushed decision is sending out a beacon that low-level spirits, toxic people, and invisible forces can track like radar. Meaning your prayers alone are not enough, because while prayer fuels your spirit, your neural patterns are the engine driving the signal. And if the engine is spinning chaos, your position is visible, your breakthroughs delayed, and your divine protection hampered. Now here's the secret most people miss. The Royal Guard, the celestial escort that has been assigned to you, does not operate in beta. It operates in theta frequency, the encrypted state of divine connection, intuition, and invisible protection. And when your brain, heart, and spirit align with theta, you become undetectable to attacks, fully receptive to guidance, and capable of seeing the pathways that were invisible before. A reality confirmed by modern neuroscience, which shows that theta brainwaves enhance intuition, memory consolidation, and creativity while reducing stress responses, meaning the breakthrough you've been praying for is not in your effort. It's in your alignment. And here's the tension. Your mind has been struggling, spinning with doubts. Am I ready? Am I safe? Can I survive this? Every one of these questions is beta noise, broadcasting your coordinates. But when you shift into theta, you become strategically invisible. Your enemies cannot touch you, and the whisper of your royal guard becomes audible, guiding you through the chaos, blocking attacks before you even perceive them. So the real question is not whether protection exists, it already does, but whether you will tune your frequency, enter the encrypted channel, and become untouchable in just 7 minutes a day. A method ancient mystics spent decades achieving, and now, with modern tools, you can access it immediately, meaning that the breakthroughs, the doors, and the divine interventions you've been waiting for are not locked. They're waiting for you to stop broadcasting fear, stop leaking energy, and step fully into your hidden, protected, unstoppable frequency. Chosen one, now that you understand your frequency is broadcasting and your royal guard is waiting for you to tune in, it's time to lock in the ultimate protection strategy, the three-circle protocol. A system so powerful it determines whether your breakthroughs manifest or get sabotaged before they even arrive. And here's how it works. Circle 1 is your most sacred space, you and God alone, where your deepest dreams, visions, and strategies reside. Nothing, not a word, not a hint, leaves this circle. Because the enemy may not read your mind, but he can hear your words, track your leaks, and detect the vibrations of your intentions. So this circle is completely sealed, impenetrable, and sacred. And this is where your divine blueprint is nurtured in silence, invisible to the world and untouchable by envy or doubt, giving your spirit the space to grow unhindered. Circle 2 is your inner circle, a maximum of 1 to 3 people who have proven their loyalty, integrity, and capacity to hold the weight of your glory without jealousy or judgment. This circle exists not for validation, but for prayer coverage, guidance, and mutual alignment. A shielded team that amplifies your protection, and even here discretion is key. Share only what is necessary, nothing more, because too much information is a leak, a potential entry point for attacks disguised as advice. Circle 3 is everyone else, the world, acquaintances, and casual observers. And in this circle, you share nothing until results manifest, letting your achievements make the noise while you remain invisible during the process, building like a ghost, moving in silence, letting the unseen forces do their work while the world thinks nothing is happening. And here is the tension and the curiosity gap. Every time you ignore the protocol, even slightly, you expose your frequency to beta waves of fear, doubt, and comparison, making you a sitting target, visible to low-level spirits and human saboteurs alike, which is exactly what has been happening in your life when things unexpectedly fell apart, opportunities vanished, or relationships soured. Mastering the three-circle protocol is mastering strategic silence, the art of letting your spirit operate under divine encryption, and the consequences are immediate. Your breakthroughs accelerate, your enemies cannot find you, and the Royal Guard can operate at maximum efficiency, intercepting attacks, redirecting energy, and keeping your path clear. So the real question, Chosen One, is this: can you fully commit, obey, and trust the circles, knowing that the very moments you feel isolated, unheard, or unseen are actually the highest level of protection being deployed, a sacred firewall keeping your destiny intact? And if you do this correctly, not only will you survive the next 40 days unscathed, but you will enter your breakthrough untouchable, invisible, and unstoppable, fully aligned with the divine forces that have been waiting for you all along.
Chosen One, now comes the most critical moment, the Theta activation, the secret gateway that transforms you from a visible target into an untouchable force under the protection of your Royal Guard. And here's why it matters. Your brain has been trapped in beta frequency, the constant stress, anxiety, and overthinking that broadcasts your location to low-level spirits, toxic people, and unseen enemies. And while prayer fuels your spirit, it cannot change the frequency your mind is transmitting. Theta frequency, on the other hand, is the encrypted state of divine connection, intuition, and supernatural protection. A state so powerful that ancient mystics spent decades in isolation trying to maintain it. But modern research confirms that theta brainwaves increase creativity, intuition, and problem-solving while shielding you from attacks, essentially making you invisible to forces you cannot yet see. And here is the twist that will change everything. You do not need decades of isolation, hours of meditation, or impossible rituals. You can enter theta in just 7 minutes, and every second spent in this frequency aligns your mind, heart, and spirit with the Royal Guard, amplifying guidance, intercepting attacks, and blocking traps before you even perceive them. The activation is simple, yet the impact is monumental. First, quiet your environment, remove all distractions, and settle into a single point of focus, letting your body recognize the stillness as a signal of safety, a cue that the guard is now fully operational. Second, breathe deliberately, intentionally slowing your heart rate, letting your nervous system shift out of beta and into the natural theta rhythm that mirrors deep meditation, lucid dreaming, and divine receptivity. Third, visualize the Royal Guard encircling you in layers of light, thorns, and encrypted energy, each wave reinforcing invisibility, amplifying intuition, and intercepting attacks that are already in motion but have not yet reached you. And finally, allow sound to guide your mind, a frequency specifically calibrated to nudge your brainwaves, silence the static, and open the communication channel between you and the unseen, a signal that primes your body and spirit for the next level of your calling, where doors will open before you knock, provision will locate you effortlessly, and your path will be cleared in ways the world cannot explain, making the impossible inevitable. Remember, Chosen One, this is not a magic trick or a replacement for faith. It is a sacred weapon, a tool, and a frequency key, a conduit to the encrypted state where your Royal Guard operates, ensuring that every step you take for the next 40 days is protected,
guided, and unstoppable. And the only question left is whether you will commit fully, silence the beta noise, and let your spirit merge with the theta current that has been waiting for you all along.
Chosen one, lean in, because the fear you are feeling right now is not a warning to stop. It is the clearest signal that you are ready, and this is where most people misunderstand their own preparation. The trembling in your chest, the doubt whispering, "What if I fail? What if I'm not ready?" That is not weakness. It is proof of wisdom. Proof that your heart understands the weight of the crown you are about to wear. And neuroscience confirms that fear, when recognized and redirected, actually primes the brain for focus, decision-making, and resilience. Meaning your anxiety is not a liability. It is a biological signal of impending elevation, a spiritual GPS telling you that your destiny is near, that the level you are stepping into is one you've never walked before, and that every success before this point was merely preparation. History provides the blueprint. Joseph faced prison, Moses faced the wilderness, Esther faced the palace, and each of them experienced fear, invisibility, and isolation before the breakthrough arrived. Yet their fear was the spiritual ignition that prepared them to carry massive responsibility without corruption, collapse, or compromise. And now, in your life, the same pattern is repeating, where every moment of hesitation, every shadow of doubt, is a nudge from your royal guard, a signal to pause, align, and let the unseen forces guide your step. Because the enemy will try to make you act too early, compromise your principles, or take shortcuts disguised as opportunity. But your fear is the divine checkpoint, a reminder that your timing, your discernment, and your obedience are being tested at the highest level. And here is the curiosity gap. While others mistake fear for failure, you are being trained to read it as a compass, a system of encrypted alerts that tell you exactly where to step, when to move, and which traps to avoid. Because the weight of your calling cannot be handled without awareness, and the crown you are about to inherit cannot be grasped without respect for the process. So the next time your chest tightens, your stomach flips, or your mind races with what-ifs, stop, recognize it, and say internally, "I understand. I am being prepared." And as you do, your brain shifts out of panic into strategic alertness, your spirit aligns with divine protection, and your royal guard moves unseen to intercept every attack before it reaches you, making you untouchable, invisible, and unstoppable. While the breakthrough you've been waiting for inches closer, already manifesting in ways your eyes cannot yet see. And the true test is this. Will you lean into fear, allow it to sharpen your perception, and step into the throne with full awareness, knowing that the trembling in your heart is not your enemy, but your signal of readiness? The divine fire before the manifestation, the unmistakable proof that the universe is preparing to elevate you beyond anything you've imagined. Chosen one, pay close attention, because the next 40 days are a battlefield, not against what you can see, but against 5 stealth attacks designed to pull you off your throne before your breakthrough arrives. And this is where your spiritual training meets reality. The first attack is financial bait, an opportunity disguised as a blessing that promises instant relief, wealth, or growth. But it is laced with compromise, confusion, or a demand to rush. And if you accept it, even subconsciously, you give the enemy access to your frequency and potentially ruin your destiny. Because the timing is not yours, it is theirs, and the true blessing requires patience, alignment, and obedience. The second is the relationship snare, where someone from your past, a new, seemingly perfect soulmate, or a flattering ally, will enter your life and mirror your desires. Yet their timing is off, their presence is a test. And if you fall for it, your theta frequency is disrupted, your focus is scattered, and your invisible guard cannot operate at full power. The third attack is the comparison arrow, a subtle, poisonous moment when you log in, scroll through success stories, and see someone who cheated, compromised, or acted dishonestly, receiving exactly what you have been waiting for, designed to ignite jealousy, frustration, and doubt in God's justice. And the antidote is immediate gratitude, silent blessing, and absolute focus on your own path, because their field is not your harvest. The fourth is the doubt fog, a creeping emptiness that hits in the morning, whispers that all your prayers, faith, and effort were illusions, and tempts you to abandon your post, ignore your activation, or step outside your divine perimeter. But the fog is neutralized when you read your promises aloud, reaffirm your commitment, and remember that unseen forces are fully deployed to protect you. The fifth and final is identity theft. When minor setbacks, bills, broken machines, sudden challenges attempt to drag you back into your old self, make you believe you are still the same broke, anxious, or defeated person. But the key is to stand firm, refuse to revert, and allow your theta frequency, your royal guard, and your divine timing to rewrite your story. Because those who have survived these attacks in the past did not fight with human logic. They obeyed the nudge, trusted the unseen, and every intercepted bullet became a miracle weeks later, revealing opportunities 10 times greater than what they almost compromised for. And now, chosen one, the same forces are preparing to protect you, intercept your attacks, and guide you safely through this exact window, meaning your next 40 days are both a test and a launchpad. And your choice is simple. Recognize the stealth attacks, obey the protocol, stay in theta, honor the 3-circle system, and your breakthrough will arrive unshakable, invisible to enemies, and unstoppable. Because what is coming is already orchestrated, already assigned, and already protected. All that is left is for you to step fully into your assigned frequency and claim it.
Chosen one, now is the moment you've been preparing for. The deployment ceremony, a sacred activation that moves you from the waiting room of life into the throne room of your destiny. And you must approach it with full awareness, because this is not a symbolic gesture or a passive prayer. This is a spiritual launch sequence. First, stand in the authority of your spirit, mentally straightening your posture, lifting your chin, and declaring with your mind and heart that you are ready to step into your full assignment. Because posture signals your readiness to both heaven and earth, and your energy communicates alignment. Next, envision your royal guard surrounding you in a full 360-degree perimeter of divine light, thorns, and encrypted energy that intercepts every attack before it reaches you. A wall so impenetrable that no jealousy, envy, doubt, or low-level attack can penetrate. And let yourself feel the weight of this protection as real, tangible, and immediate, knowing that what your eyes cannot see, your spirit already senses, and that this is your invisible escort working while the world remains unaware. Then, affirm the 3-circle protocol within your mind, sealing your secret dreams in the innermost circle, confirming your inner circle of trusted allies, and restricting the world to the outer circle until results manifest. Because obedience to this protocol is obedience to divine strategy, and any breach is a vulnerability your enemies can exploit. Now, lift your awareness to the theta frequency, quieting your mind, slowing your heartbeat, and allowing the encrypted state of divine connection to align your neural pathways, intuition, and spirit so fully that you become spiritually invisible to attacks, yet fully radiant to blessings, guided at every step by the royal guard that has already been deployed on your behalf. Finally, speak internally in the authority of your spirit, affirming that financial bait will no longer distract you, relationship snares will no longer seduce you, comparison arrows will not derail you, doubt fog will dissipate on command, and identity theft is forbidden from your timeline. Because when you declare this in alignment with faith, the spiritual forces immediately move to secure, intercept, and prepare the breakthroughs already assigned to you, ensuring that doors open before you knock, provision locates you without effort, and divine timing delivers exactly what is meant for your season.
Chosen one, as you complete this deployment ceremony, know this. You are commissioned, deployed, and fully under the protection of forces so powerful that every obstacle, every attack, every threat becomes a stepping stone to your ultimate elevation. And the world may not see it, but your breakthrough has already been initiated, waiting for you to move in full alignment and claim it without hesitation.
Chosen one, remember this. Your breakthroughs are protected by a royal guard you cannot see. Your fear is proof you're ready. Your frequency must stay theta, and the three-circle protocol shields your destiny. The next 40 days bring stealth attacks, financial bait, relationship snares, comparison, doubt fog, and identity theft. But when you obey, move in silence, and complete the deployment ceremony, your invisible protection ensures doors open, provision flows, and your throne awaits.